The learning goal is I can solve two-step equations. On your paper, I already wrote what I have in blue here. First, you are to undo addition and subtraction, then undo multiplication or division. So if we look at the problem, negative 4x plus 2 equals 10. We're first going to undo the adding 2. Ignore where it says glue here. We're just going to write right over it. How do we undo adding 2? We subtract 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 here and subtract 2 on the other side of the equal sign. When we do that, the 2's on the left side, positive 2 and negative 2 cancel each other out, and we're left with negative 4x equals 10 minus 2 is 8. Then we have multiplication. We're multiplying x by negative 4. The opposite of multiplying by negative 4 is dividing by negative 4. And then we're going to divide the right side by negative 4. On the left side, the negative 4's cancel out. X is by itself. That's what we want. On the right side, we have we have positive 8 divided by negative 4, which is negative 2. The answer is x equals negative 2. It's that simple. Okay, now we're going to use these same steps, except notice in the problems down here, we have a negative fraction in front of the x. Okay, so we're going to do step 1. We're going to undo subtracting 2. The opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2. And we're going to add 2 to the right side of the equal sign. The 2's cancel out on the left. We're left with negative 2/3 x equals 6. Okay, next, step 2. They go up here. Okay, next we have a multiplication equation. We're multiplying x by negative 2/3. The opposite of multiplying by negative 2/3 is dividing. But again, when we divide fractions, we actually multiply by the reciprocal. So to basically undo multiplying by a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal of negative 2/3 is negative 3/2. And then we're going to divide, or multiply, the right side by negative 3/2. The fractions on the left side cancel out, because notice, a negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 2 is 6 for my numerator. 2 times 3 is 6 for my denominator. 6/6 equals 1. And 1 times x is just x. X is now by itself. Equals a positive 6 times a negative 3/2 is going to be a negative. Then to multiply a fraction times a whole number, we take the whole number, divide it by the denominator, which is 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then multiply that by the numerator 3, which is 9. So the answer is negative 9. You could also write 6/1 if you want. Cross simplify and then multiply. Or you could just multiply straight across. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And we already established that it is a negative 9. And that's it. You're going to try for homework now the 3 problems on the You Try page. And we will go over those in class tomorrow. Good luck.